Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm back with another Star vs. the Forces of Evil video. Today I'm going to be going through the most important parts in Festivia's chapter in the Magic Book of Spells. This video is just summarizing the most important parts of Festivia's chapter. This video is meant to be shorter because I'm going to be pointing out the facts we learned from Festivia's chapter. I'm not really going to be analyzing them like I would an analysis video. I would really recommend getting the book if you haven't read it already, especially right now. As of November 20th, 2018, the book is on sale for just under $10 on Amazon. Go pick it up if you haven't already. The book is really amazing. I have made videos on the previous 4 chapters in case you are interested in those, but anyway, let's get right into this video. When the threat of monsters at the gate has darkened out the sun, let the kingdom find some peace and joy in Festivia the Fun. Festivia was the 31st queen of Mewni. If you've seen the show, you already know what kinda happened there. She was originally an orphan girl that is not truly related to the original butterflies. Before we get into her chapter, let me just say this. Her chapter is formatted like Twitter. There's not much in here because of that fact. She also uses a lot of hashtags. The first thing we learn is that Eclipse's crystallization was covered up by the Magical High Commission. They said that she was eaten by monsters. This is to be expected, but what is also interesting is that apparently Shastakan was supposedly eaten by monsters as well. I'm not sure if this is the Magic High Commission's doing, or if he really did get eaten by monsters, but this is interesting to see. After their quote-unquote deaths, Festivia was raised by the Magical High Commission. The Magic High Commission also took over ruling the kingdom, so they are now in full control. At this time, Reynaldo, the Bald Plate, was part of the Magical High Commission. He was previously another member of the High Commission, but is no longer a part of it at this current time in the show. Another thing that was interesting is that after about a year of Festivia's quote-unquote ruling, even though the Magical High Commission has been running the kingdom, she left for 16 different dimensions. Apparently after a year of being gone, she grew and learned a lot, that's what she said. This may sound productive and educational until you hear about her top 4 dimensions. Pixtopia for the compact mirrors, Spatatori for the pasta, Questby for the shopping, and Beachtropolis for the boys. I'm not sure how much you can learn from eating pasta, shopping, and going to the beach, but it sounds like to me she just had more parties in other dimensions. Next, she actually became queen. When Eclipsa, quote-unquote, died, she should have been queen, just like how Moon's mother, when she died, Moon took over as queen. But in this case, the Magical High Commission took over for Festivia. But now, Festivia officially has the title as queen. Even though Festivia is now queen, the Magical High Commission still does most of the things. Festivia says that being queen is not hard, and that it's fun. I think Queen Moon would like to differ. Most of what Festivia does is just party. Here's a funny tweet. Monsters burned down another Mewnian village we rightfully stole from them. Hashtag monsters are evil. Hashtag so mean. This is so funny because she's actually calling the monsters evil for burning down a village that the Mewnians stole from them. Festivia was looking at this thinking only of one side. Next up is a war meeting. Now, just before we go any further, I just want to mention that these are spread out over like a year, so it's not exactly like right after another. These are just tweets, and I'm skipping some based on the relevance. Now that Festivia is queen, she can attend the meetings. From this war meeting, we learn that Romulus wants to go to war. There's no real surprise there. Omnitrix's Prime doesn't think Festivia's magic is strong enough for war. Galosric is not helping anyone because he doesn't like politics. We've learned that in all the other chapters. And Hekapu says she will support Festivia no matter what. After the meeting, they decide to go to war. At one point, the monsters broke into the castle. They eventually were pushed out, but Festivia is shown to be self-centered here. This is because she said, "Don't worry, I'm okay," but she should be worrying about the people that she's ruling over. Omnitrix's Prime thinks that Festivia should try to make peace with the monsters. She says no way and proceeds to say that they started it when they didn't. The Mewnians pushed into their territory when they needed more land. The Mewnians started the war. Eventually, Festivia orders everyone living outside of the castle walls to retreat behind the walls. This is not a good sign for humans. Once everyone retreated, she closed up the gates. This is not the end of the war, however. Festivia sent out the magic Solarian army, which was led by Mina Loveberry. Over the next 5 years, Festivia hosts a non-stop party. She casted a never-ending fireworks spell. In my opinion, that would get boring and obnoxious. After those 5 years, the fighting stopped. The Solarian army won. Apparently, the Mewmans gave Festivia the greatest queen to ever live title. Not sure why, but it happened. Eventually, after another year, she married Prince Musty Mountains. We don't really know anything about him. The last page in her chapter is just some advice on hosting a good party, nothing really related to the story. Now let's talk about the spells that she has in her chapter. First is the Host Me spell. This will turn yourself into the perfect host. The next spell is called Party Hardy. This spell will give you a lot of energy. The next spell is the Soda Fountain spell. This spell will turn a normal fountain into a soda fountain. The next spell is the Fireless Rainbow spell. This creates a rainbow that doesn't burn. It's kind of a hint back to the first episode of Star, because we saw Star create rainbows that caught on fire. So, a fun little cameo there. The next spell is the Never Ending Fireworks spell. This spell is kind of self-implied. That's really all of our spells that we know about from this chapter. There is this page of real drinks that you can make. If you're interested in that, I'll leave it up here. You can just pause the video or something. But other than that, there's really not much left to be said. Festivia mostly partied. There's not much to learn from her. If you did enjoy this video, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. I plan to be making videos on all of the chapters just like this one. It'll just be a nice quick rundown of all the facts that you need to know to move on to Season 4. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned for more episodes of this series. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.